It all starts with a feeling, right? A quiet little nudge you've probably felt today. It's not a big, dramatic hunger pang, but more like a subtle pull towards something sweet, a little voice in your head whispering about a soda, a cookie, or maybe a candy bar. When you finally give in, oh man, that moment of pure satisfaction is just the best. It's like an ancient survival instinct that once kept our ancestors alive, but now it's running on outdated software in a world that's totally different from what it was designed for. But here's the kicker. For years, we've been told that this craving is a weakness. How your brain's oldest instincts got twisted against you not by accident, but by design. Picture a world without supermarkets, restaurants, or even corner stores. This wasn't just a preference. It was a survival instinct. Finding that precious resource lit up our brains with a rush of satisfaction. Our Stone Age brains are now living in a time of crazy abundance. It floods our system with dopamine, hijacking our brain's pleasure centers. That rush feels amazing, but it comes with a hidden cost to our wiring. These days, we don't stumble upon rare fruit. Instead, we're bombarded with refined sugar, something our brains never learned to handle. And guess what? The modern world totally noticed this vulnerability. It became the backbone of a multi-trillion-dollar industry. They hunted for the bliss point, the perfect amount of sugar that sparks maximum craving. This wasn't just about candy. Sugar got snuck into bread, sauces, and yogurt to keep us coming back for more. It's a well-planned attack on our senses, meant to keep us consuming. It's about realizing that our cravings are often manufactured, not real needs. We can learn to tell the difference between genuine hunger and those artificial urges created by super tasty foods. By understanding this, we can make better choices about what we eat and why. Instead, it's about finding a balance that fits our modern lives while still respecting our ancient biology. Checking labels, cooking more meals at home, and gradually cutting back on sugar can help reset our taste buds. Over time, we might find that naturally sweet foods like fruits start to taste even better. Imagine a place where every calorie is hard-earned and every meal is a bit of a gamble. In today's world of plenty, we just need to consciously navigate these outdated instincts. We can see them as powerful biological urges, not personal weaknesses. This shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering. Many of us reach for sugary snacks for comfort or to deal with stress. Recognize it for what it is, an ancient survival instinct triggered by a modern world overflowing with artificial abundance. Take a deep breath and remember you've got the power to choose. It's about taking back control over our food choices and our health. It's about finding joy in food without letting cravings control you. It's about reclaiming your relationship with eating. It's about honoring our biology while adapting to the world we live in now. But with knowledge and awareness, you can start to see through the smoke and mirrors. Or is this just an automatic response to a craving? It's about taking back our health and our relationship with food, one conscious decision at a time. By simply adding this moment of awareness, you're already starting to rewire your brain. The more we understand how our brains and bodies work, the better we can navigate our modern food landscape. There will be ups and downs, indulgences, and mindful choices. You're resending a message to the food industry about the kind of products you want to see in the world? We can support policies that prioritize public health over corporate profits. You're not lacking willpower. You're simply human, with a weakened demand transparency from food companies about what S in their products and how they remade. What matters is the overall trend, the gradual shift towards a healthier relationship with food. They readjust signals from an ancient part of your brain, trying to keep you alive in a world that's changed so much. You have the power to acknowledge these signals without letting them control you. It's about creating a healthier relationship with food that respects both our biology and our modern reality. Finding healthier ways to cope can really help reduce our reliance on food as a crutch. That was the reality for our ancestors for over 2 million years. Teaching kids about nutrition and the tricks of the food industry can help raise a healthier generation. Armed with knowledge and awareness, you can start making choices that support your health and well-being, not just your ancient instincts. You're teaching it to respond differently to the constant food cues around us. It's a slow journey, but one that can lead to real, lasting change. We're surrounded by products specifically designed to make our survival code misfire. It's up to us as consumers to stay aware and make informed decisions. This doesn't mean living in fear of food. It's about approaching our diets with knowledge and intention. The result? A global health crisis? All because of a simple mismatch between our biology and our environment. While it's a bit controversial, these measures are meant to create an environment that supports healthier choices. The food industry has spent years perfecting ways to trigger our most basic instincts. But with a little knowledge, we can see through the illusion. This is called downregulation. So now, you need even more sugar just to feel that same pleasure. It creates this vicious cycle of craving and consuming, almost like an addiction. In that tough environment, survival was all about balancing energy spent versus energy gained. If you can't resist, you've got no willpower. It's like a personal failure, you know? Understanding this hijack is the first step to taking back control. Your craving isn't a moral failing. It's just biology being cleverly manipulated. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? What if that craving isn't a flaw in who you are, but actually a part of your biology? This is the story of how that perfectly tuned code got all messed up. This code made sure we sought out the energy we needed to thrive in a harsh, scarce world. For millions of years, this instinct guided our species to survive, but not the refined stuff we have today. For our ancestors, sweetness was a rare sign of pure energy, a promise of life found in ripe fruit. To really get this, we need to rewind a bit and understand why this program was even created in the first place. And guess what? The most valuable resource in that world was sugar. Our brains picked up on this simple rule. If it's sweet, it's safe and packed with calories. This wasn't a flaw. It was a genius survival program written into our DNA. But here's the twist. The problem isn't the biological program itself. It's that our world has changed so much. This concentrated energy sends signals that are way stronger than what nature intended. To protect itself from this overload, the brain makes its dopamine receptors less sensitive. Your ancient survival code is caught in a trap, always searching for a reward that just keeps fading away. Food scientists figured out how to engineer products that exploit this biological loop. These hyper-palatable foods keep our dopamine system on overdrive, making us crave even more. It's like a quiet battle between our ancient brains and a world full of engineered temptations. Knowing the rules of this hidden game is how you start to win it. We can recognize that the constant onslaught of sweet treats isn't natural. It's not just about willpower. It's about changing how we relate to food. Now, this doesn't mean we have to cut sugar out completely. It's just not realistic or necessary. We can start by being more aware of the hidden sugars in our diets. And let's not forget about the emotional side of eating. Education is super important. The more we know about how our bodies and brains work, the better choices we can make. And this knowledge isn't just for adults. Policy changes can play a part too. Some countries have introduced sugar taxes or limited junk food ads aimed at kids. The food industry isn't likely to change its ways anytime soon. Remember that craving for sugar isn't a character flaw? It's a survival instinct that served our species well for ages. By understanding the science behind our cravings, we can face them with compassion instead of shame. It's not about being perfect with our diets. It's about making small, sustainable changes that build up over time. So the next time you feel that familiar craving for something sweet, take a moment to pause. You're not battling against your own willpower. You're navigating a food landscape designed to exploit your brain's oldest instincts. Every time you make a conscious choice about what to eat, you're rewiring your brain. This journey isn't about deprivation or strict rules. It's about understanding your body and making choices that truly nourish you. The food industry may have hijacked your brain's survival code, but you've got the power to take it back. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. So, when you reach for that sugary snack next time, take a moment. Check in with yourself. You really hungry? It's understanding how the food industry has exploited our biology isn't about blaming anyone. It's about empowering ourselves to make better choices. This knowledge is power, so share it with others. Let's talk about it with your friends and family. Together, we can build a culture that values real, nourishing food over artificial, hyper-palatable products. Remember, your cravings don't define you. Every time you choose a piece of fruit over a candy bar or water over a soda, you're voting with your wallet. This isn't about being perfect. It's about progress. It's about making small, sustainable changes that build up over time. So the next time you feel that familiar pull towards something sweet, remember, you're not weak.